Welcome back. It is Saturday, December 16th in the NBA. My four best bets are on the way. It's Austin from Calling Our Shot, joined today by your guys' favorite special guest. Let's get out the brooms. A 3-0 sweep yesterday. Let's talk about it, do a victory lap, and then get on out of here. We had Devin Vassell over 16.5 points. I don't care what line you took him at. 36 points. The man went crazy. We had that Clint Capella 10 plus points. Trae Young 10 plus assists. Was looking pretty easy at halftime. Trae made us sweat a little bit, but he ended up getting 11 assists. We'll take that. And then the cap off the night for the sweep, Jalen Brunson's over in PRAs at 34.5. I don't care what line you took it at. The guy scored 50 points. He went 9 for 9 from the three-point line. They don't call me the Jalen Brunson whisperer for no reason. A great game, a great day. Let's continue that momentum on Saturday. And a reminder, the ladder challenge is returning today. That will be posted later on this morning. So stay tuned. When it is posted, it'll be linked in the pinned comment section down below. Also, we have more picks because there's Saturday's NFL slate. We do have a Saturday NFL video if you want to check that out. It was posted, I believe, yesterday afternoon or night, something like that. Go check it out. I have a 1.5 unit play there. Ladder's probably going to include some of those plays, maybe alt line down to different things. We'll stay tuned for that. And also, my last note is on Bet365. They have one of the best offers out there right now. You can sign up and claim $150 in bonus bets, or you can get up to $1,000 in a risk-free bet. So take advantage, sign up, top link in description, choose your offer, collect your bonuses, boom. Simple as that. We love Bet365. I believe a couple of the odds, normally you'll see best odds on Bet365, but it's available in New Jersey, Ohio, Virginia, Kentucky, Colorado, Iowa, and now Louisiana, a bunch of states out there for Bet365. We love them. Check out all the details down below. But you guys came for some winners. Let's try to bring up this bad boy once again. And we're going to start with this first pick, a guy that his team is in desperate need of a pick-me-up, and this is a team that honestly, this guy's going to have to carry the team if they're going to be competitive in any game going forward, and heck, he could even be traded over the next few weeks because it's Donovan Mitchell, over 32.5 points of the Cleveland Cavaliers, minus 120 on, wouldn't you know, Bet365. Now, personally, if this line does go up to 33.5, it's fine there. I think Spida's going to have a good chance of scoring 35 points tonight. And I don't normally, outside of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and I guess maybe a Luka Doncic, I'm not really a guy that takes a lot of high points lines like this. But in this spot with a lot of guys out for this Cavs team, which we'll talk about in a second, I'm going to back Donovan Mitchell and hope that he comes out and just goes crazy because there are some rumors that he could be traded over the next few weeks because Cavaliers season's kind of not looking too great. Darius Garland now out with, I believe, a jaw injury. I think it's a few weeks, but we'll see about that. Evan Mobley, I know for sure, is out at least 6 to 8 weeks. He just had knee surgery, and this team just has no one out there that really can score the basketball. You think about the other guys that are going to have to pick up the slack. Karis LeVert, who's been coming off the bench, I imagine he probably starts, but I wouldn't be surprised if they kept him on the bench because they need guys in the bench when Donovan Mitchell goes off the court. But other guys, Jared Allen, he's afraid to shoot a basketball. You got Dean Wade, who I want to see when the ball touches his hands, he's throwing it back to someone else. Georges Niang, Isaac Okoro, Tristan Thompson, Craig Porter Jr. I do like, but he's still a really young guy, and Max Strus. Really, they don't have a lot of guys out there that are going to be aggressive. And while I'm not saying, hey, take Donovan Mitchell's over in points every single night and a great pace-up spot against the Atlanta Hawks, a team that is third in pace, I'll trust Donovan Mitchell to get the field goal attempts up there. And we've seen in 4 games this season without Darius Garland, Mitchell, you've seen him score 43, 26, 30, and 34 points, going over in only 2 of 4. So obviously would like a better hit rate than that. But you look at the field goal attempts, 20-plus field goal attempts in all 4. And you look at both of his misses, came against my New York Knicks, a team that not only one, play super slow, 2, they actually play defense. The Atlanta Hawks do not do that. They don't play a lick of defense. They played a little bit more defense yesterday against the Raptors, but the Raptors missed a ton of shots on a back-to-back, traveling back home. I don't see their defense being in full form here, and we've seen in this matchup before, Donovan Mitchell has gone off against Atlanta, and that's when they were fully healthy. Now they are not healthy. Donovan Mitchell's going to have to do his thing. We've seen in his last 2 games against Atlanta, 44 and 40 points in those 2. Garland and Mobley, both active, combined for 36 and 47 points, and they shot 26 and 35 times. Look, I know Karis LeVert's going to shoot the ball. He's not shooting it that much, and whoever's replacing Mobley, whether it's Dean Wade or Niang or whoever it is, they're not shooting a ton. So I know this is a high line for Donovan Mitchell, but I really do think he could go upwards of 35 points tonight. I think he shoots 25 times, gets to wherever he wants on the court. I looked at his points plus assists, but I rather just the points. Him to put the ball in the basket. Take Donovan Mitchell over 32.5 points. Now, my second play is not going to be this guy. It's Luka Doncic. I considered him for 30 and 10, but they have nuked the value there. It's now like plus 110. I'm just not going to do that. I really could rather go to this guy coming on a team that Not a great team. Let's talk about Cade Cunningham of the Detroit Pistons, over 19.5 points, minus 105 on BetMGM. If this does go up to 20.5, take a peek at his points plus assist line. That was the one I was considering, just was a little bit more juiced, and I don't think he hits 26.5 or 25.5 points plus assists unless he scores 20 points. But if the line goes up to 20.5, you could definitely take a look at that and see if that line moved up. And I know the comment question in the comments is going to be, Austin, aren't you concerned about a blowout? Yeah, I am. Any Pistons game, they could be blown out. They got blown out yesterday. They are 17.5 point underdogs tonight against Milwaukee. They could get smoked, but I think that's baked into the line here. Normally, Cade Cunningham's lines are not at 19.5 for points. Normally sitting closer to 21, 22.5 because he's averaging about 22 points per game this season. So I think that's kind of baked into the line. And if this game is even close to competitive, I think Cade soars over this line. And I still do think he could hit this in 3 quarters against the Bucks. We've talked about this so many times this season. I feel like a broken record. You take your guards against Milwaukee because they can't guard guards. We say that time and time again, that without Drew Holiday, they got Damian Lillard and Malik Beasley trying to do their thing out there. And those guys aren't great defenders. So Cade's going to be able to get to whatever spot he wants, and he's coming into this game scoring 20 plus points in 17 of 25 this season. So a great track record. Did only score 4 points last night on 2 for 9 shooting. Could come off a terrible game, but you got to think in mind that he only played 24 minutes. It's not like he played 40 minutes and now he's on a back-to-back. You're like, ooh, this guy could be tired, exhausted. They didn't play a ton of minutes. They lost by 32, and heck, even his teammate Bojan Bogdanovic could actually be rested here in this spot. This is his first game back that is a back-to-back. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's out, but I just think at the end of the day, we're taking a guard versus Milwaukee. I'll live with the consequences, even if it is a blowout. We've seen in their first matchup versus Milwaukee back on November 8th, Cade Cunningham, 33 points, 11 for 27 from the field, just 40% shooting. Pistons did lose that game by 2 points. Now, obviously the Pistons lose tonight by 2. I'd be willing to bet about 95% chance that Cade Cunningham has 20 points. However, that was also a game, let's think about it. He scored 33 points, but didn't shoot the ball well. If he shoots the ball even remotely close to decently tonight, he probably cashes this line, but this is also just a great matchup for Cade to just go off and do his thing. The Pistons as a team have lost by 20 plus points 5 times in the last few weeks. This team stinks. They've lost like 21 straight games, but Cade bounced back to 27, 26, 31, and 23 points in those games. So, look, at the end of the day, I'll roll with Cade Cunningham. He's made us some money this season. I really like the matchup against Milwaukee. Sure, I could be concerned about a blowout, and if it's a blowout, whatever, we kind of took that with that added risk in there. But if it's not, I think this is an easy winner for us. And heck, we've seen Milwaukee sometimes against bad teams that just don't wake up and play in those games. We saw them nearly lose to the Portland Trailblazers I believe about a month ago. They almost lost that game outright. They were down by like 25. Saw them almost lose to the Wizards, teams of that nature. So I think Cade Cunningham keeps this game closer. If he doesn't, well, whatever. We'll take our 1-unit loss on the chin. But I really do like Cade Cunningham tonight. And now for my third play, we're going to go to a guy that we are 1-1 on over the last 2 games. His name's Cam Thomas, over 20.5 points plus assists, minus 125 on Bet365. Now, there are some books like FanDuel out there that does not want to give my man a points plus assist line. They only want to give him a points line. That's honestly fine with me. I'm not too concerned about Cam Thomas. I think if he hits this over, it's probably because he scores 20 points. So if you only have individual lines, the points is probably the way to go. But end of the day, if you can take a points plus assist, I'd prefer that. That's available, obviously, on Bet365, but also on DraftKings, BetMGM, Caesars. I really like that a lot more than his points line, but because there is a chance he could get 17 points, like 4 or 5 assists. But at the end of the day, he's probably going to score 20 points if he goes over this line. Now, like I said, Cam Thomas, we took him in his last game. He went under, did not cash for us. Took him in the game before. He went over. He cashed for us. We're in a tiebreaker. Tied 1-1. Cam Thomas, we need you, man. We need a winner. Now, we talked about the Nets before. Why are we targeting Cam Thomas? Well, they're a very short-handed team. This is a Nets team that is without Lonnie Walker and Dennis Smith Jr. off the bench. 2 guys with a lot of usage that control the ball a little bit more in that second unit. Ben Simmons also out. Dorian Finney-Smith does expect to be probable tonight. Obviously, you could miss. It is the NBA. Any guy could not play on any given night. But I still do think that Dorian Finney-Smith probably is out there. He's probable for a reason. But Cam Thomas is still going to be aggressive. No one on that court, on the Nets team, can take the ball out of his hands when it gets into his hands. And he's firing it up. He's never seen a shot he did not like. The field goal attempts are crazy. I've just been saying this time and time again. If he shoots efficiently, heck, not even efficiently, even close to average, he will soar over this line because that's kind of been the nature of Cam Thomas. He's been shooting pretty poorly the last few weeks. And look, obviously, he could bust out of that slump. We saw Devin Vassell bust out of that slump. And this is a good matchup for him to do it against the Warriors. And we've seen so far this season, when he plays 25 or more minutes, which is pretty much every single game, he's over this line in 11 of 14 games. He scored 20 plus points in 9 of those 11 games. So, like I said, when he's getting this over, likely because he's scoring a lot of points. It's not like he gets like 6, 7, 8 assists. He doesn't really pass the ball, if I'm being honest. But we've seen over these last few games when we've been targeting him, these last 4, Cam Thomas 21, 22, 28, and 13 points plus assists. He's had 19, 21, 17, and 13 field goal attempts. Sure, the last game you'd be like, Austin, 13, that's not going to cut it. It's a game they got smoked in by the Denver Nuggets, did not play in the fourth quarter. Typically with Cam Thomas's rotations, I'm trying to think who equates to what he normally does. He's just the guy that typically plays the most of, a little bit in the first, comes and starts the second with the second unit. Then he plays a little bit, plays most of the second, plays a little bit in the third, does the same thing in the fourth. So he didn't even get his run in the fourth quarter with the bench guys in there. So I think at the end of the day, that's kind of when he dominates, is in that second unit. And I'm not scared of the Warriors defensively, or heck, even blowing this team out. We've seen this game's got a over under 235. The Nets are 3.5-point underdogs. I just think this is a really close game. So at the end of the day, I will roll with Cam Thomas. We've seen guards just cooking this Warriors team. James Harden just had like 43 points plus assists against them. Norm Powell had 23 in the same game. Obviously, Kawhi still did his thing. Booker's at 39. Bradley Beal still had a good game. You saw Sharp and Simons both at over 30 points plus assists against the Warriors. Look, I don't see the Nets getting smoked here. I think this is a close game, high-scoring game with the Warriors playing fast-paced. I think Cam Thomas sees enough in transition to go do his thing. He's basically the second option on this offense behind Mikal Bridges, and that's probably who the Warriors will put their best defender on, although they really don't have a lot of great defenders at this point in that time. But I really think Cam Thomas will do his thing. This should be a high-scoring game, and I really like him. Over 20.5 points plus assists. If you get the PA line, definitely take it. I don't mind his PRA line either if you want to take that at 23.5. I think that's probably pretty solid. There's going to be a lot of long rebounds, which is probably where he can snag some. So Cam Thomas, our third pick of the day. I think he has a good game overall with him. And then my fourth pick, as a reminder, day 1 of the ladder challenge is back. We need some good vibes, some good vibes in the chat. We need them in the comments. We need a winner today. Probably going to be all NFL, so stay tuned for that. Probably is live pretty close to when this video is posted. Let's have a wonderful day. I'm pretty confident in the ladder. We'll see when it is posted. We're obviously playing it for 1 unit, only 1 unit today, and we'll obviously be playing it, we'll play the $10 that we do to roll over it. But those are my favorite picks of the day. Reminder about Bet365, if you want to sign up, you get 2 bonus offers, 1 to get 150 in bonus bets, 2 to get a risk-free bet up to $1,000. All the details and more lingo and stuff is down below in the description to go check out. Our Saturday best bets for NFL is live on the screen. Go check it out. It's somewhere linked over here. Go check out my Vegas in-season tournament video as well. Let's have a wonderful Saturday. I'll see you guys in the ladder video when that is live. I'll link it on the screen too. Let's have a day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.